What's going on, everybody? So I am shooting this video on my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which by my calculations is only 3 years old, but in phone years, that's like 15 years. And I just got my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, but I don't know. I think I'm going to be returning it. So let's do an unboxing and I'll tell you why. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy, Big Ball Vlogs, Big Ball Holding Company. If you're not following Big Ball Holding Company on YouTube and you're into guns and 2A community and gun reviews and gun activities, go over and join that page. I'm trying to grow that page and I would really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm back over here on the Big Ball Vlog channel, which was my tech review channel. And I keep getting tech and I keep forgetting to do the reviews. Like, I've been buying like crazy stuff. You guys aren't really interested in microphones, but I bought these earbuds for like 20 bucks from Amazon and I got to do a review on them because they're absolutely amazing. But anyway, yeah, I just got my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. And I got to be honest with you, right after I hit the buy button, I was regretting it. And it's not for the reason why I'm probably going to return it, but I was regretting it because at the end of the day, I think I've reached the age where I really realized that you don't need to upgrade your phone every year. So for you guys who may, like me, forget when you bought your phone, if you got it the year that it came out, after the release, that number right there is the year that you got it. So I got the S22 Ultra when it came out in pre-order. So that means I bought it in 2022. It's 2025. If you do the math, that's 3 years, right? So, but like I said, in phone years, that's like 15 years, and we always got to chase the latest, greatest phone. And I did that. I bought every new flagship Samsung device for as long as I can remember. And, you know, I've never been an iPhone guy, but I would spend the money out of pocket on the Samsung. And then when Samsung did, you know, the trade-in, you know, it was easier because you end up spending like $700 versus $1,400, right? So it's a lot of money, and I'm the budget guy, so I'm not going to recommend that you go out and spend $700 or $1,400 if you don't really need to. And that's what it comes down to. I've been rocking the Samsung S22 Ultra for the last 3 years, and Samsung just keeps updating it. They've updated it to the point where all that AI stuff that you got as a bonus or perk for the new devices is now in this phone. I can do everything. You know, I think I can do everything. I don't think there's anything that I can't do on this phone when it comes to AI that this phone could do. Well, not this phone, but the previous version, because I think this one has the AI built in. But I can do it all. And to be honest with you, I don't experience any lag, any issues. It runs like when I bought it. So why do you need a new phone? Why? I don't know why. That's why I thought, yeah, why are you buying it? But anyway, I digress. Let's get into the box because I don't want to make this a long-winded video. I want to get into it because I at least want to see it. I want to touch it because I haven't touched a new phone in like 3 years. Let's peel this back the easy way. I don't need the knife, the unboxing knife, which I haven't used on this channel in forever. And let's see what we actually get. All right, so back of the device there, inside the box. And if you guys are like me, you just kind of regret that Samsung and other phone companies have just been, they just been taking away everything. You don't get a charger anymore. You don't get any earphones anymore. The only thing you get is a SIM tool and a freaking cable. They have scaled back, and this is the only thing you get when you buy a new phone these days. And again, the cost hasn't gone down, but the accessories have definitely been taken away. And, why? I don't know, but I'm assuming it's because, all that cost shifting and inflation and all that other stuff. And, they know you're going to buy it for the price that they put it out there for. So anyway, here's the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra Raw. And you guys, I don't know if you've been following the channel in previous years, if I've done any phone review or anything, I usually don't touch my phone until I put a case on it or a screen protector on it, because I don't want to be that guy like that, way back in the day when that guy got his first iPhone, he ran outside the shoulder body and dropped it and broke it. But what I can say is, off a first glance, I'm relatively impressed. I like the form factor. I mean, it kind of mimics the iPhone with these square, flat bezels. People were saying that the previous versions had corners on them, and they like the rounded radius corners now. But, it looks really cool with these flat, titanium bezels, and it makes it look, pretty sleek. I gotta say that. The back panel, I always go with black. I don't like, your crazy colors. I always go with black. And the back panel, I like the way that it has this flat finish on it. And when it comes down to it, everything that we talk about with these phones comes down to the screen. And what they said was, this screen has this non-reflective way of, a non-reflective characteristic that I can't really tell right now on the indoors. You can see my ring light. It's a brand new screen. It looks like it's hazy, so maybe that is non-reflective. I can't tell, but apparently that's supposed to be, a selling point of these new phones. So when you're outdoors in highly reflective areas or very bright areas, you still can take advantage of the screen by, I guess, reducing some of the glare that comes off the screen. So all in all, pretty good. Camera bumps, camera bezels. My phone doesn't have any. I'm not a fan of those big camera bumps. I know there's been previous years of this phone, previous versions of this phone that had this huge camera bump that stuck out the back. I am not one of those savages that buys their phone and likes to put it down without, having a screen protector on it or a case, or they just lay it flat on the table. You see these reviewers, they just take their phones and like, hey, let's just talk about it. And that's because they get their phones and they're free and they don't put any screen protectors on them. I'm not that type of savage. But the thing about camera bezels is that they're the first thing that's going to touch the table. And I think, if there's anything underneath of that, like if I were to put that down or in my pocket, that's what's going to get scratched, those lenses. So not a fan of that. I would much rather have a phone that had the cameras embedded so that they don't stick out. But that's kind of how Samsung's been doing it. And of course, you've got the front facing camera there, which I believe only the low end, or not low end, but the fold versions have the lower resolution camera that kind of is behind the display. So all in all, I gotta say I'm actually impressed holding this phone. It does feel a little bit lighter. I read some of the reviews that said it's a little bit lighter, a little bit thinner, bigger screen and body ratio, smaller bezels. But if you have a 24 Ultra, there's nothing really much different than on this phone than what you have with the 24 Ultra. So definitely not something that you should upgrade from if you got a 24 Ultra, in my opinion, from what the reviewers are saying. But like I said, this isn't about the 24 Ultra because I don't have that. This is about the 22 Ultra. And like I said, everything in the 22 Ultra currently does what I needed to do. It has the power to do all the video editing because I do recording, editing, and posting straight from the phone. I'm not a big gamer, so, that's probably a plus for these higher power phones. When I looked at the benchmarks, this phone was at least twice as powerful as the phone I'm currently using, as if I need all that power. And, the battery, maybe it gives you longer battery life. I think, I'm still getting the same amount of battery life that I had when I first bought the phone because I'm not a power user where I'm on my phone all day long. So again, not really something that I saw the need to update from this phone to this phone. But there was one thing that made me think about doing it, and I actually bit the bullet, push the button on, or whatever they call it, and that was the memory. So this phone, files are getting bigger. I'm doing a lot more video recording, and I think this phone came with about 256 gigs of storage, and this one comes with 512. So that's the real reason that I updated. And after updating and getting the phone ordered and having it on the way, just happened to be scrolling through my feed. Everybody's talking about the Samsung's latest, greatest. And what I found out was that Samsung pulled a slick one on us. And I don't know why they didn't publicize this at the unboxing, because I wouldn't have bought this phone. This thing right here is the reason why I'm probably going to send it back. I am someone who uses the Bluetooth feature of the S Pen, and they removed it from the 25 Ultra. Why they do that, I don't know. I hate it when these phone manufacturers come out with cool things that we actually like and use and remove them. I don't think it would have cost Samsung any additional cost because they did it in 24 to leave it in 25, but there's got to be a reason behind it. And the conspiracy behind it is that people are trying to push the features of the Ring and the watch so that you don't, they get the additional sale. I use the pen for the most part for doing notes and using the remote for actuating the camera because I am a content creator, and they removed it. And that really kind of doesn't sit right with me, Samsung. I don't know why you did that. There were some rumors going around for a little bit that you could buy an S Pen with Bluetooth feature, because when I started watching the videos, there were a lot of people who seemed to be out of the country who were showing how to use the Bluetooth feature of the S Pen on the 25 Ultra. But when I watched this guy, Jerry Breaks Everything, or I can't remember his name, the guy who takes everything apart and destroys it, he pointed out that this S Pen does not even have a battery in it. So it must be an out of the country thing because, like I said, I've seen the video myself. You can look it up. Some people were like, oh, here's how you get the S Pen to work on your S25 Ultra. Well, apparently it doesn't work in the US version, on the US version. And again, don't know the reason why, cannot confirm or deny if that is actually fact, but I am upset that it does not have that feature. And if I don't have the S Pen Bluetooth and I'm a content creator, it's not a big deal because I probably could go on Amazon, being the shopaholic that I am, and buy some kind of shutter actuator. In fact, I think, well, it doesn't have it anymore, but the tripod that this is currently using had one in it and I took it off and lost it. I could definitely find something that would, start the button. In fact, when I get it all started, I'm going to see if my microphones don't do it. Because, so yeah, the microphones I'm using right now, apparently if you double click on them, they're supposed to start the camera for you. But yeah, that's the reason why I am upset that Samsung removed the Bluetooth feature from the S Pen. It literally is the way that my wife and I take selfies. We put the phone up, we walk away from it, we use the S Pen to actuate it. And there's other ways, like there's, if you guys own Samsung, you could go like this or gestures that'll get it to take a camera, but it takes a while to get that to work. And with the S Pen, you could just pop them off one after the other. So, man, good looking phone, but they took away too much. And I don't know if the additional memory is worth keeping it. So that's it. 11 minutes. I'm done. Get back to you soon with more reviews. Later.